everybody, welcome to assignment 3. This is the audio assignment. For this, I just use the Erlang API. Over here, I have just Notepad open with the instructions that I used to install it. I include these because I had issues with CMake and also the standard, like I guess 2 or 3 first things you look up for Erlang installation also didn't work for me. So I just had to do this manually. In case anybody else is having these issues, I wanted to share. Next thing you'll notice is my window over here might look a bit different than Afterburner. That's because I coded this all with raw OpenGL in my sort of engine. As you can see, a couple cool things here like lighting, textures, cube models, orbits, but also audio. As you can hear in the background, there's a 2D audio playing, which is just simple looped track. And then also there is moving 3D emitters on each of these planets. Each of these planets has its own emitter, and it has a Doppler effect as well. So when you get close to it, it'll almost sound like it's whooshing by. And we'll get into that in a second. But first, let me show off some of the code. I'm just going to go ahead and turn the music off, just so that way it's easier to hear the sound effects for the moving emitters here in a second. But first, as you can see, loaded Erlang, and I load in all these different sounds for the different, for my different models that are in there. Yeah, little window, all that stuff. This really isn't that important. Down here, generate textures. This is where I do all my model loading, and then down here, this is kind of where the sounds get set. Over here, I made this function because I had a lot of extra code. So I tried to abstract things down a little bit. And so for down here, basically for this Doppler effect, the important thing is that you are setting the velocity, both like of, I guess, the user, but also more importantly, setting the velocity of the sound. That way, when something passes by it, you get that cool Doppler effect. And this is just where I download Erlang, but yeah, so then you get this cool effect of it like whooshing by because you get higher frequency sounds as the object moves towards you. So I guess to show that off real quick. Here we have our planet. You get up close, you can hear the sun. And then as we get towards our other planets, you can start to hear the Doppler effect. So you can hear that one as it whooshes by. They're a little quiet, but they're still there. You can also hear on the other planets, the further out you get, I guess the higher I made it, or higher the effect is, so the higher the frequency is. If you're on the other side of them, it's more of a low frequency type sound. It's kind of hard to hear it on some of the moving ones sometimes. So over here I have just this, I guess this like static block. It's just Ohio. And on Ohio I added this Doppler effect. But since it's not moving, it doesn't make a ton of like, I guess, sense. But just to point out the effect, as you can see in front of it, you get a higher pitch noise. And then on the back, you get a little bit less, since it's directed velocity of the noise. And yeah, that's my solar system, that's my game engine, and that's my audio project. Thank you for listening. Also, here's some button press lasers. Forgot to mention this.